Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set up camera on Samsung S25 Ultra for the best photos and videos. Let's begin. Now, the very first thing you should do is obviously go to your camera, and here's a little overview of stuff you can see on the screen. First of all, here you can enable flash and automatic flash, normal flash that's always on, or just disable the flash completely. For the best looking videos, you shouldn't probably use flash at all. Instead, you should use other lighting in the scene. Now, the second option here is your lens, and these are 12 megapixel lens, 50 megapixel lens, and 200 megapixel lens. Now, I have a very handy plant here that I will be doing photos of, and as you can see, in the normal 12 megapixels range, the quality is very nice, like obviously, and if we zoom in, we can zoom in almost, yeah, when you zoom in too much, it will actually change the lens. So as you can see now, we can zoom down even more, but we are losing a lot of details and a lot of quality. Obviously, you can just change to 200 megapixels, and as you can see, the phone even tells us that zooming in will result a smaller resolution and file size. Because if I would make the photo right now, so as you can see, the quality is indeed really good. However, I do not want that. We will talk about that in a minute. But this video, they are motion photos. The 200 pixel video is much larger. Now, other interesting part about this is motion photo, and while you shouldn't usually have this on because it does eat a bit of quality from your videos, from your photos, sorry, it does require you, it gives you the ability to do some pretty cool things. For example, it's not video, it's a photo, and let's say I have my little plant here and I have my hand here. So I will be doing a little walk move, and I will simply do a photo. And now, as you can see, we can view the motion photo. And when we do, we can see my fingers moving. Now, if you ask what's the difference between the motion photo and simple video without sound, I won't really answer you because I'm asking the same question. What's cool about that though is you can hold your finger and play the motion photo in slow motion. But back to actually setting up camera. We usually want to turn off motion photo off, and here we can see that there's another toggle button. This is focus enhancer, and what it does is basically I have our little logo here and our little plant here. I will get the logo further away from the camera, so the plant is in center. So if I'll make a photo now, and if I'll show you, you can see that the plant itself is in really good quality. However, the logos here are very blurry. We can change that with a simple focus enhancer, and now when we do the same photo, just like before, you can see that both plants and the logos are now in really good quality. Here is basically a side-by-side comparison. But that's not the only thing you can change, of course. You can click those 4 dots right here. Let me just put that down so you can see better. You can click those 4 dots right here and click a little cogwheel. This takes us to the camera settings. And here we can toggle on and off some options to instantly make our video and camera better. For example, we usually want to go to advanced picture options. And if you really want to increase the photos, you could toggle this on, but beware that some applications do not support this very weird extension of photos. It does, your photos will be higher quality, but it will come at cost that some applications, some programs just won't be able to really use it in any way. So be careful when you toggle it on, but if you are sure that the app you're using does support this extension, you should toggle it on. However, we have the video options, and as you can see, the video options have much bigger variety of options. First and most important, this makes your videos smaller, so you can record more videos, but as you can probably see, there will be much lower quality, so you want to keep that on. And also you want to toggle a high bitrate videos, because as you can see, high bitrate means more quality and also more size, so keep that in mind. HDR is usually automatically toggled on, so is new log mode. But what is not toggled on is normally you can't use log mode on normal video, only in pro video. So we can toggle it on to use always. And if you're wondering where to actually enable it in the camera, when we go to our video, we now see a little new buttons, which are quite different from what we have seen before in the photo options. So here we can choose few different things. For example, the flash, just like before. Super steady. Super steady is an AI powered option. It basically, you can probably think for yourself using the name, but when I have this off and I make a video, and for example I shake my phone, it's still going to be pretty good quality, because I don't know if you have seen, but we automatically have video stabilization on, which basically makes so if we shake our hand a little, it won't be as the video won't be much impacted by this. But when we do that with the Super Steady on, it's really hard to even really do much about your video, because even if I have really shaky hands, this won't be as problematic, because as you can see, it kinda tries to smooth out the very subtle moves. It does its job, you know, it's not me to actually give it a grade or something, but hey, it's trying. Though keep in mind that having Super Steady turned on will eat some of your quality, so you should probably have this turned off. Next and most important thing that you should probably care about is these settings. It's here. You can choose the size of your video, meaning you can actually choose its quality, and you can even record on the Ultra version of new Samsung in 8K. So we can actually test it out, and we can slightly zoom in and really have a good look at our little rocks here. We can even see individual particles of dust. That's amazing. However, it leaves one important issue, because as you can see, it has a high cap. You cannot record in 8K and 60 FPS. Because as you can see, the quality itself is really good. However, I don't think if you can spot it or not, it is seen that it's not 60 FPS. but you can change it. If you go here to more, you can see a Pro video option. If you click it, we have a bunch of different stuff appeared on screen, but don't worry about that just yet. What is important is that in the Pro version, if we go here, not only we now have an option to record in FHD in 120 FPS, but if we go to 8K, if we go to UHD, we have the ability to go to 60, which wasn't really available before. And well, not the microphone. I wanted to give a quick look out once again at settings, because we haven't covered it up. Here we have the auto FPS, because as you could see before, it automatically gives our videos 30 FPS only. So now, if we check this on, it will optimize our videos for everything. However, it will eat a lot of our quality, because as you can see, if you record brighter videos in low light conditions, the phone will automatically optimize the frame rate, meaning that if you record something in a very shitty lighting and you can't really see as much, the video itself will be automatically in lower resolution, that part of this video, which is in the lower lighting. So if you don't want to use that, you can simply turn it off, and every single part of your video, every single second of your video will be, for example, 60 FPS if you click 60 FPS. Another cool thing is tracking autofocus and composition guide. What this does is that now we have a little grid lines on our screen, and we can see a level of our camera. So if I will rotate the phone in a really weird way, the phone will tell us that, hey, the phone is not leveled perfectly. It does gives me the ability to actually record very nice looking videos, and to immediately correct myself if I see that the level is not really that great. What the focus does, because we have enabled two options, is also really cool. For example, we can lock in, not sure if you can see, but if we simply lock in our, I think it doesn't work in, oops, maybe it works here. Yes, it works here. It works in the photo, not video. As you can see, without photo enhancer, if we focus now on the plant, I don't even have to do a photo, but you can see that our logo is once again blurred. But what's cool about the ability to toggle it on and off is that we can click our logo here, and as you can see, a little yellow square appears, and now even if the plant basically covers the whole screen, it will focus on the chip instead, because we have clicked the chip. So having this toggled on, if you haven't seen, I have toggled automatic tracking autofocus, and having that toggled on means that you can, whenever you like, for example, if you're doing a photo of like your child's classroom, and there's a bunch of different kids running around, and you only want to focus on your child because it's your kid, you can simply click on his face and he will be always in focus, which is a really, really great option. And back to our Pro video, because as you could see before, there is a bunch of weird options, because it's a professional video mode, of course. For example, what it does is basically it gives us the ability to manipulate everything we want. And by everything, I mean literally everything. For example, we can change the ISO. however we want. We can change the speed however we want. We can change the WB. And if you don't know what these things are, what these things do, don't worry, because the Samsung actually made sure that not only the professionals can use Pro mode, because you can see the little eye icon. When you simply click it, the phone will simply tell you what this option does and what it is. So now you can see that WB is simply just a white balance that helps you make colors look natural in any light. So using this, we can customize our camera in basically any way possible. The last thing I want to talk about is actually the log mode. As you could see in the settings, if we go to advanced video options and log, you can see that the phone just speaks for itself and says that it will record the format that captures like a wider dynamic range, and it gives you the more flexibility when you edit later this phone. However, it will look flat and gray, but you have to correct their color in gallery. What this means is actually also pretty simple. When we are in the Pro video, we simply click log. As you can see, it turns off our HDR, and now you can actually see that in the footage, but it's a lot grayer. So we can do a nice video of our plant, because it's a really nice plant, like, you have to admit it. And when we preview it now, you will see that it's very gray, and we see that it is indeed in a log mode. So in order to fix that, we simply swipe up, and here we click correct color. And as you can see, immediately better colors are applied to our video. And in order to save this version, we simply click save copy. It will take a while because it is a very large file after all, and you should probably use it to export it and later enhance it, for example in DaVinci or in other programs, in order to make your videos look better. I would also advise you to simply play around in the camera settings, and especially play around in the Pro mode and Pro video. And also, if you don't want to get into the Pro modes of stuff like Pro and Pro for photos and Pro video, and instead you want them here, you can simply go, hold your finger and swipe them right here. And when you click save, the Pro video will always be next to the normal video. So I think you found this video helpful in order to actually use the cameras in the new Samsung in a better way. Oh, that actually reminds me that speaking of cameras in the plural form, you can use dual rec. Now what dual rec does is basically using two lenses at once. However, it doesn't have to be this one. You can just click select lenses, and for example you can use a telephoto and an ultra wide, and when you click OK, we can see how you can actually simply just do a recording. And as you can see, we are using two lenses at the same time. So if you want ever to play around with or just show your face and what you're recording, you can also do that in a very easy way. So once again, I would simply advise you to play around in these options, so you can choose different resolutions for your videos, especially the Pro video option, because as I said before, you can fully customize everything, and by everything I mean literally everything. So that's all for now. If you found this helpful, please consider to leave a like and subscription if you enjoy. Thanks for watching.